set this in real quick. Boom! Baby, boom! And shine. That's the morning motivation time. Today, Mark Saint, a bully and an abuser has to talk about bullying and abusing. Unfortunately, this might be motivation for some people, and some people don't want to recognize it, but it's true. I've been a bully, I've been abused. It came from rage, it came from anger. It's not when you're a victim and a perpetrator. I've been trying to find the words, right? I'm trying to find a way where we stop fighting each other every day. We stop fighting the people that we love and abusing the people that we care about. I have to start with myself first. I would love to sit here and point at my father breaking my mom's nose in front of me when I was 10 years old. I'd love to blame my mother, who says the worst things you'd ever heard. You're just like your father. Whenever she gets in a mood. And then there's me, the bull of all bullies, abusing my siblings, grabbing onto my 5-month pregnant love of my life with the love of my life in her, and scared the dog shit out of her to make her abort my baby. You will be taught with anger. I was with my friend Kimmy. I talked about it the other day, and she was at the gate, about to open the gate to her community, and some dude like tried to go past her. So she's like, "Not today, motherfucker." And what did she do? She drove off and hit her whole side mirror off her own car because of her own anger. I said, we have to work on this. That's not me, it's this motherfucker. And there it was again. As soon as she used the word motherfucker, I knew she was on that sauce, that anger sauce. It's more spicier than anything in the world. Your temper. Now, being told that I had it, I thought I was pretty well versed. I think all of us, we get in our own psychology, right? They call it cognitive dissonance. You know, of the thing that's happening, but you disassociate yourself from it. That's somebody else. It's my mom. It's my dad. It's the people. It's how I was raised. Oh, they wound me up. But the truth is everybody's winding up. It's not what they do to you. It's how you respond. And I always responded by being more aggressive. It's me. I'm not talking about my friend arguing with her husband last night, embarrassing me, embarrassing herself, getting drunk, getting violent in front of me. They invited me out here to this rock, northern England, damn near fucking North Ireland, damn near Scotland. I'm up here. And I bought us a trip to Edinburgh because I wanted things to be real. I bought the trip. Everybody else is out of money, can't afford it. And I'm like, you know what? For $140, it probably would have cost me that just to see Edinburgh. Book it. Here's my credit card. Oh, thanks, Sainty. You're all right. Cool. What wasn't all right was her abusing her man. Well, she was really cool. And then her trying to abuse me. And as soon as I see abuse, I become violent. I didn't become violent last night. I almost got jumped by 12-year-olds here in fucking, where am I at again? Darlington, UK. Apparently the kids got nothing to do all day but to fuck with strangers. And I was taking photos and all this other shit. And the kids were all, oh, TikTok, trying to get behind me, fuck with my shots. And I was like, fuck off, get away from me. And they took that as a Lord of the Flies moment to surround me. I had to go over to the taxi and almost call the police yesterday. Now, I've been through cities around the world, and only once in Thailand at 3 o'clock in the morning did 3 kids on the back of a scooter try stealing my cell phone, but they went off. They didn't want none. But these kids wanted to start something. These kids wanted to fight, and they were bored. And they were angry. And the devil's playground, when you don't have something to do, what do? You usually take it out on the ones you love. I sent this girl a birthday present. She's like, oh, I'm not right in the head. I got her a shirt and this thing, and hadn't heard from her. And the first thing she wanted to do was to be critical and take it apart. And instead of being grateful, she sent me a message like, who told you that? And I was like, it's for alignment, it's for your head, you know? Take you to a different place, one of those head massagers I got all the way in Brazil. So I took something all the way from Brazil to Las Vegas to get, who instead of appreciating it is so up in her fucking head that she just kept talking about, well, that's not right. Or what did you say? And the other day the girl did the same. She said, what do you expect when you've been lied to and manipulated so many times, mate? You know, like you get triggered, you know, you become triggered with things, you become sensitive to things, and you become defensive. Well, my defense was offense, mate. My defense was offense, mate. It's the only way I know how to be. I was raised that way. I was raised in the rage. I was raised around people that could touch you. And the moment I grabbed my ex and I said, get your fat ass out of the car. So embarrassed. She's 5 months pregnant with my baby, the thing I wanted the most, and I scared the dog shit out of her. Fucking cunt. That's what ends up happening. That's what we end up fucking doing, mate. We end up hurting the people that matter the most to us. We are the most abusive too. And it becomes a cycle, and the next day it's an apology, and then it's the gifts, and then it's the let me make up for my bad behavior, let me change my behavior. That's what ends up happening. We end up being so aggressive and being called aggressive. I always thought, you know, try harder. Don't wrestle the two. Come muscle it. Get your back into it, as we say here. What ends up happening? The dog's here, no control. This lady just threw the ball near it. It's like, what the fuck, mate? Get your dog away from me. This whole open field. Throwing the ball past me when you should have been throwing it that way with your fat ass and your bad attitude. All around me are people unhappy. You know, you got this beautiful park, beautiful dogs, and nobody making eye contact with each other. Nobody smiling. Nobody willing to open their hearts because they might get jumped by some fucking kids on bikes. 12-year-olds. I don't even know, maybe 15 of them. All trying to fuck with me. Oh, TikTok, mate. Hey. Trying to fuck him all close to me with his bike. And I looked at him like, bro, you about to catch some hands, bro. Then there was another set that came around. They kind of followed me out throughout the city yesterday. And then I came home and she's mad at me because I missed dinner. But instead of having empathy for me, she took it as disrespect and couldn't wait to find and tick and pick at something to make it something. And that's when I was just like, you know, we can look for a fight. When we're not right, not to touch the heart every time, it almost makes you cry. When we're not right inside, we start being so mean. And now I'm crying, the bully's crying like I deserve to be a victim or I deserve to have empathy towards me either. And they're like, who's gonna give you fucking empathy, mate? You're the one that was fucking roughing up your best friend in Brazil. He was driving me fucking nuts. He was so retarded. And I shouldn't call people retarded. My ex is like, stop saying that phrase. And I'm like, it's a phrase. I can say that phrase. And I don't even curse in front of my children. I'm like, fuck you. And wanted him tougher. I didn't beat him up. I didn't sit there and punch on him. This one's talking about I woke up in her lap on some, oh shit, my head's twice the size because I got stomped on. You literally just stomped your husband of 16 years into unconsciousness 15 times in the jail. I had to stop him. I said, mate, this is cyclical. I can't be a part of this. No, I'm at the house. She's not there. But I'm like, what if she comes home drunk? What if it starts up again? What do I do? What would I have done if she did fucking reach over the table? How many fights of families have been over a fucking Monopoly table? How many times have people gone to blows over board games? How many times a board game's been flipped over in rage because we don't know how to lose. We don't know how to take a loss like a boss. We only know how to be rude and show our attitude and mood and toot and mood and rude and all this other motherfucking shit. And I'm in the middle of a beautiful sunny day. And there's rage in me. Not that I want to rage out at them, but like, I gotta go someplace, bro. I feel like I gotta get away. Like I can't be participant in that behavior. I condone it if I'm a part of it. It was like, oh yeah, well, they were just mad, you know? And we say that all the time. Oh, they're just stressed out. Work. Well, day drinking didn't help either. You know? Getting mad at me because you didn't wake me up to go to your mom's, and your mom winds you up, and then you start drinking heavily and then wind everybody else up, and then you take pot shots, and then you start arguing, then you argue with your friends. She's a bully. And it took a bully in me. I shouldn't have been doing that this morning, but I said, what the fuck was that? As soon as I woke up, she started smoking cigarettes. So I was like, don't start, Sainty. No, fuck you. I'm a grown-ass man, dude. You don't abuse me. You don't fucking talk to me any which way. I'll go get a fucking Airbnb, mate. I don't have to be party to this. And that's what it is. It's like, what do? We separate from each other, and now we're all alone and extremely lonely, and then we block out everybody until we've lost everybody. That's what happened to me. The woman that I loved the most out of all these hoes, I finally fell in love with someone. I almost asked her to marry me at Yosemite. She's like, what are you trying to say, Saint? And I didn't have the balls to say it because I didn't have a ring in my pocket. I felt it was inappropriate. But that's exactly what I was getting called out on. My anger. And also her anger. She was angry enough to kill a baby. You want to talk about rage? Her own child. And in my head, I kept thinking, you know, I've studied history, and anybody else knows this. I think it was Ivan the Terrible who stomped his pregnant wife and killed her with the baby inside. There's a visual of that. There's a painting, very famous painting of him tossing off on her and making it worse. And that's what we've been doing. We've been making it worse. I don't know what to do on this show. I need to figure out not only how to stop the rage in myself, and like me trying to act all badass, but for human beings in general. Why even have a psychology degree if I can't psychologize myself or find a solution for other humans? I'm looking at children right now, and it's like, they're not raging. They don't have jobs, so that helps us rage. And then we learn it from our parents. And that's what I only said to my mate. I said, mate, not for nothing, you've given your whole life to this child, right? What is she going to learn? Children model our behavior. She's already telling her dad, shut up, dad. Nobody cares. Starts digging at him like the mom, being abusive, slighting him, demoralizing him, demasculating him. Oh yeah, well I make more money than you. Can't wait to flex on somebody. And that's the world that we live in. We live in a world where it's not just men being aggressive, it's women. And everybody talks about that. Oh no, it can't be women. They're just so polite. They're nothing but fucking sugar and spice. There's a lot of spice, man. Not only spicy content, but there's a lot of spice in people. And I'm here in front of a fountain with flowers and fucking lake and birds, and I'm over here talking about the worst. Talking about these fucking incongruencies that we have inside of all of us. What do you do when you rage? I mean, for real. So anybody got the balls to be honest? Anybody got the balls to actually be themselves on the fucking internet? Look at the flowers coming on this tree. That was fast. On God, on everything. Who's gonna keep it real? Who's gonna be like, yeah, I was raging about something else inside of me and I took it out on my loved ones. It's embarrassing. It's the black eye on top of the black eye. Nobody wants to talk about it because then you have to be about it. That's what's so weird about accountability is now you got to be like an alcoholic. You got to be like, I'm powerless to this bitch. I had no self-control. It fucked me up, mate. My mom was like, I almost killed myself. I said, I know exactly what you're saying. The embarrassment that you got your ass kicked by your wife, knocked unconscious. The frustration of dealing with somebody with so much anger. And then you're trapped with them. Your name's on the same paperwork, and that's why I don't want to be trapped right now. I don't want to be trapped. I'm trying to even switch my mind away, but I have to record every day. I don't have to, but I choose to record every day. But today I have to figure it out. Not just my rage, but my friend's rage. It's not just them either. I told him, mate, I got a best friend. Like I told you guys that. We were walking and talking. He's like, or I'm going to knock you out. And I'm like, bro, them's fighting words. For me, I'm your huckleberry. Now I'm going to have to fucking knock you up too. Oh, you think you can knock me out? Come get some. Like I told those kids, catch these hands. And now I'm abusive. Now I'm counter abusive. Now I'm the rage. And how do I stop it? Do I let them abuse me? No. But I exhibit more abuse to stop it? Yes, I guess. It's not right. And that's what I left with. I said, it's just not right, mate. It's not right that we're not right. And until you're all right, then you can start treating other people all right. It's just kind of what it is. And I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. I mean, did I inherit my father's anger towards his father? Did I model the behavior that I saw when I was 10 years old and he broke my mom's nose? He was choking her out on the fucking couch and I called the cops on my own dad. And I never forget it in my life. And they said, does he have a weapon? They came to the house and didn't take him that day, but they came to our house and ended up leaving me in care with my dad, me and my brother sleeping in the same bed with my dad. That's what ended up happening. And it was such a revelation, that I didn't want to be anything like that motherfucker, bro. We don't even talk. But here I am. As soon as I grabbed on my ex, I was just like that motherfucker. And unlike my mom, who put up with the shit, she didn't. Good morning. She didn't at all. She's like, I'm not dealing with this shit. I'm not dealing with it in the slightest. And she quit on me. She quit the relationship, she quit the love, and she quit the baby. And I keep saying the baby to get people to understand how much is on the line. If a gun was to your child's head, beautiful children, would you change your behavior? Would you stop day drinking? Will you stop day raging? Will you stop abusing the people that you love? And that's exactly the journey I'm on. I'm here to not be that way. I'm here, I was supposed to be here for healing. That's what pissed me off this morning about it, was not only was she abusive and disrespectful to me, and that made it completely uncomfortable and not how you treat a guest, but also, you guys are the ones that tell me, book it, mate, book it, Sainty, come out, come visit us. And I'm like, yeah, I'll come visit you. I'm not here to visit the abuse. I'm not here to encourage bad behavior. I'm not here to become, the word I was using was an enabler. Like, right, so now that you know my dark side, then we're friends. It's like, look, I tell people all the time, you don't know somebody till you fuck them or fight them. And unfortunately, I pretty much fought everybody. My friends, my lovers, my opponents. I have to breathe. I actually have to breathe. And the girl that I told to breathe, she didn't even breathe. She just got more analytical and more, I'm going to scientific this and who told you that, instead of thank you for this gift. Thank you for giving me anything. You barely know me, and you made my 30th birthday a highlight. You came and played Frisbee with me. You gave me a free shirt. I appreciate you. Instead, it was me. Look at me. I have issues. I was crying all day. This is my thing. I'm all alone, but I'm surrounded, and I want to talk about psychology stuff, and me, instead of, you know what? It is me. I owe everyone an apology. I did say I was going to take that photo of that shirt. I just went and did a whole photo shoot the last weekend with my girlfriend in lingerie. Apparently my mental was okay for that. Next week it's not. You're fucking lying. You're lying to me. You're lying to yourself. And the joke's on you, because that's the last gift you get from me. I didn't want to give anyone anything. I was really just getting rid of shit because I was traveling, but I was like, what am I doing with this shit? Why did I even pick it up in the first place? I don't know. She might like it. Might align her. Plus, I always try to come with presents when I go and meet up with people. I take birthdays seriously, you know what I mean? But this behavior, this cycle, this situation where we treat people any fucking way that we want, and we think we're entitled to do it. We can justify it. Mate was starting to justify to me how she's being a bully at work, and I went, mate, it has to stop. 15 times in the jail, was it not the first time it stopped? I didn't have the heart to tell him, but that's all that was in there last time I was in jail. When I was in jail, it was all a cartel, DUI, domestic violence, bro. What am I doing? Where am I at? Where I participated in that. Where I wanted to control somebody and tell them what it is. And show them my might even if it wasn't right. What is that? What is this fist that's hit many friends, family members, people that I loved? I didn't hit my ex, but I'm grateful I didn't. I thought I had more self-control, but I scared her. You're like, you're always getting more violent. I told her, get the fuck out of my bed talking about your ex. And I straight kicked her in the butt and scooted her ass on out. More violence. That was the first time she came and told me, I don't want to have this baby. My baby was put on the chopping block by my anger. And I couldn't stop myself from pulling the guillotine hammer. I'm embarrassed. I'm scared. I don't know myself. I'm confused. I'm crying. I'm at a loss, and I almost killed myself. Anybody watching the show, it's not a joke. It's not a joke. I killed myself. I fucking blew my head off in Fargo, North Dakota, in a shitty little spot. I'm around the world of beauty, and I killed myself. The whole visuals, my beard blown off, the people coming around me, the coroner, my family at the fucking burial, if they even showed up, like I fucking killed myself. And what's worse, I forgot all the people that would have been sad to see me go. I told my aunt that. She said, that would have killed your grandma. That would have really fucked her up. She really loves you, you know. I didn't think of that. We don't think of any of that. We're so selfish. We just steamroll everybody and bulldoze it right, like it's their job to put up with our bad behavior, and it's not. It's not anybody's job. The girl was so right. Fucking Brittany Fuga, man, I had to shout her out, but she was so right. She's like, nobody else is gonna put up with that. I was like, what a thing to say. I've been to South Korean prison. Yeah, what's your fucking problem? In a way, it is. There won't be any sympathy. Won't be any sympathy for me coming home late for the fucking dinner because I was chased by 12-year-olds and harassed. She didn't have any empathy towards me. She didn't even look at me. She was already raging. And she called it a red mist. And I said, very apropos of you to label that, because we're in a mist. We can't see the things that we want right in front of us. It's right in front of us. And we blow it out of the water. You know, everybody wants to be in love and in a relationship and have a family and do well in life. But it won't happen unless you correct your character. It's not going to happen in your businesses. I was trying to play with the girl with the Monopoly. She's just being annoying, insistent, persistent. That's cool. Not cool. And no, kid, you're not going to tell adults what to do. And yeah, you can be a turd if you want to. You're starting to be a little cunt already. Kids can be cunts. Yeah, they can. And where do they usually get it from? Their parents. And now I wonder why I'm in this fucking drunk town. People are day drinking, hiding out, and they can't even look at each other, harassing people. Not these babies in the strollers, the kids on the bikes. He said, mate, one of the guys that was my age walked past me. There was no one in the whole fucking town. I have a video of it. I was all alone. No one's going to come fucking save me. And that's how that shit went down. Guys, people like to pretend that they're in control. They like to pretend that they wouldn't do that. No, I would never. Oh, you would never call your man a piece of shit? You would never demoralize him or demasculate him? Talking about how much more money you make, can't wait to flex on him because that's how you want your lover to feel? The person you sleep in bed with every night and cuddle with? That's what you're going to do to those people? It doesn't make any sense to me. And that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to make sense to me and the world of our rage. Our mismanagement of our tempers, our mismanagement of our emotions, the way that we fucking deal with shit. And it's shit. We keep dealing with shit like it's just not gonna fucking just roll down our fucking leg. You're going to have to wipe. But most of us are running around with shit in our heads, shit in our minds, and shit in our pants. And that's where we're stuck. We're stuck with shit. And we treat people like shit. We act like shit. And we wonder why our life is shit. If you want it to be shiny, if you want it to be warm and love, you know what you gotta do. You gotta be able to, I don't know why this dude got all close to me, but it's whatever. I'm not gonna rage on people anymore. It's kind of the thing that the lesson of my life. The 7th generation of my family was murdered because of my inability to control my temper. I had a beautiful woman with me. She was ready to be whatever I wanted her to be. And what did I do? Act more stupidly. I'm embarrassed. I'm low. Depressed a little bit. Ashamed a lot bit. And it's the story of my fucking life, man. It's the story of my life, that my life, out of 6 generations, I'm Francis Mark, St. Arno the 6th, and now I'm number 7. There's no number 7. Lucky number 7. A Taurus like me, an April baby. I just found out my friend's in April 27th too. It's like all us April Taurus babies bond together. But the ability to give myself an opportunity to not revert back to my old ways, to not revert back to the manipulation and the abuse and that cycle. It's a cycle. I wanted off that train, and the only way I could do that would be walking away. So that's what I'm thinking today. I mean, we got a trip tomorrow, and I don't know if we're all going to make it because I came all the way up here to hang out with them, and I bought the fucking tickets. But, mate, I'm thinking I need my own Airbnb. I need to buy my way out. I need to go up to Edinburgh myself. No one, and I don't want to be a part of it. And if I have to spend more money, even though I'm on the skins, to get out of it, it might be the right decision, because then I would be physical, kind of like I did this morning when I was blocking her, trying move out my way, and she knew she can't move me. I'm like, I'm in your face. You didn't mind calling me a cunt yesterday. Now I'm in your face. I'm your huckleberry. And then I had to let that go, because if I would have put my foot down, then I'd be abusing somebody in their own household. That's what we do. We abuse. We bully and we intimidate, and we expect not to lose. But all we're going to do is keep losing battle after battle, and that loses the war. And whatever you're trying to accomplish in your life, you want to win that war. The war between the ears, where all the fears, miscommunication, lies lay here in the mind. Whether it's nobler in the mind, are you noble in your mind? Or are you disloyal to your character? Or is it really your character? That's what I asked myself. I went deep in it. The Saints Addiction, I had to expose myself. You know, I had to expose not just this saintly side that everybody wants to see, but this other dude that's also a part of me. I'll figure it out. It's one of our shirts. Figure it out. I'm going to figure it out. And as soon as I do, I'll share it with the world. That's what I do with this show, because someone's going to need it. Somebody's going to need to know that they're not alone and that we can do better. I hope you find some time to reflect on this message today. If you can, like, share, subscribe below. It's a tough subject for me. I'm going to do some more walking, because it's just not enough to just do it on a live or anything. It's my life, and I've lived quite the life, as you can tell. But I've also been the devil himself. I didn't call it mostly saints for a reason. There's a halo and horns, and I believe everyone's the same. This extreme dichotomy, Saints Addiction. You know, this, no one's perfect, yet we want to act like everything's perfect. We want everything to be shiny on Facebooks, Instagrams, post TikToks. The truth of it is, it's far darker on the other side than we ever thought. And it is also women can be abusers too. We would like to think that all the domestic violence is because of men hitting on women, but it's not the truth. And I was even in there with the dude had scratch right across his face. He's like, I didn't even fucking touch your mate. And I'm here my first time ever in jail. He was so scared. Young man, they came to his job at Denny's while he was cooking. Like a cook in Denny's needs to be arrested. Like you're going to catch a felon or something. Fucking joke. This is all a bad fucking joke. So I'm going to wrap my head around it. I'm going to stop avoiding it. I'm going to have to sort it. I'm going to keep walking till my mind sorts itself. Go for that walk. Get some me time. Find it within yourself. Because it's out there. And it's up to us to interpret it. Literally. That's why I said you decide. You decide if you're going to continue the abuse cycle. You decide if you're going to be the bigger man. Some people churn the cheek. I'm not a big fan. I don't churn cheeks. I throw knucks. It's just what I'm used to. And then, like my best friend, completely and utterly embarrassed and have to say I'm sorry the next day. And kind of didn't even mean it. She was mad that she even had to say sorry. So rage is real. Fear is not. And change is inevitable. So whatever you decide to do today, trust and believe it won't stay that way. This town won't stay this way. Even as ancient as these buildings are, the 100-year other ones are behind there. And the other 100 years in front of that are behind there or buried under the ground. So whatever you do in the light, or whatever you do in the dark, will come out in the light. And that's your morning motivation. Peace. I'll see you on the other side.